if there's bucks around and they're moving, they usually end up or pass through here at some point. So it's just a great spot to be, as proof from last night. I had swoops chasing the doe all around me. They wouldn't slow down, or she wouldn't come into this food plot. He was keeping her in the cover all around me. About a half an hour later, I had that 9-point we call Neil. He came perfectly from behind me, checking these young fawns actually in the plot, but he came 20 yards right through the middle of the plot. I tell you what, especially for New York, that is a very difficult pass. And a lot of people are probably like, why are you not shooting that deer? Like I said, most people in New York, you know, are pulling the trigger on that deer. We know who he is. He's a beautiful deer. He's real narrow, but has real good tine length, but he's a 3-year-old buck. At least we're almost sure he's a 3-year-old buck. Pretty sure we have pictures of him last year, and just based off of that, he looks like a 2-year-old buck last year. He blows himself up pretty good in the rut, so he looks like a stud, honestly. He's got a busted little G3 on the one side. That's not necessarily why I wouldn't shoot him, but he'll be a real good buck next year. We put so much work into this property, and I know it's hard for a lot of these bucks to make it, but we really want to get more 4-year-old bucks and older, but at least 4-year-old bucks in and around this area. In the past, it's always like there's one 4-year-old running around and then a bunch of young 2- and 3-year-old bucks. And that's why these young deer get shot, because there's just not a lot of age structure in this area. But we put so much time into this property. It is getting better. I mean, the last few years we had a lot of 2-year-olds. This year we got a handful of 3-year-olds, and we do have a small handful of 4-year-olds, so it's improving. But that deer, I mean, what we're hoping is, you know, people in the surrounding properties can see what we're doing and know that we're letting some of these bucks go. And I can't expect them to let all these deer go, but at least they can know that if they do, we're not going to shoot them, and that a lot of these bucks will live. Our age structure and just herd in this area is going to improve so fast if people let deer like that go. So, game plan, breakfast, get out, got a little arrow tweaking that I'd like to do, and then we'll jump back in early afternoon. It's kind of warm. Activity been quiet this morning. I did see 2 deer, actually saw 3 deer, saw a buck in the dark before I got set up. A little cruiser and a lone doe. Kind of an odd time of year for a lone doe, wouldn't you say? Anyway, I think omelets are on the menu. They are if I can help it, because I'll make them. I'm gonna pack it up. I'm not sure I'll be back here. I wouldn't mind sitting here tonight, but just in case, I don't mind resetting. See you in the next tree. This is afternoon, morning. It's actually midday right now. It's just about 11 o'clock. And I'm heading back to the plot where I've been hunting.
but I'm gonna go on the back side of it and get in there a little deeper in order to hopefully get a glimpse of this bad boy again. Been playing cat and mouse with him for, I don't know, the last week and a half or so, and he's been MIA on camera the last 3-4 days, so I think he's locked up with a doe. Hopefully he's not far. Hopefully he's down in that bottom, and I'm gonna go sneak down there, hang a stand and hunt it for the duration of the day. I've got a couple of sandwiches packed. Just gonna go see what happens. You just never know. I know it's unseasonably warm, but with this wind, it's gonna allow me to get in there. And it's red moon. It's the middle of the rut, November 5th. So anything can happen. Literally anything. Here. I think I might get up into this one. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think if I get into this one, number one, my wind is the best. Definitely the best. The shooting in here is going to be tight trail's literally at 12 yards. Well, after about 2.5 hours of searching, I'm backing out of here. I cannot find a spot where I'm comfortable. I can't find a spot where I can shoot anywhere. So I'm backing out. There's something else out for the afternoon. And I don't know, whatever. I'm pissed. But it is what it is. Gotta try and salvage the afternoon at this point. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal. That was about. Oh. Oh my god, that was about as unsuccessful as it gets right there.
Blind, I got.
Back to the camp, 2.5 hours later, and a long walk with a lot of shit. And we're going to the blind.
Going in the hutch because the weather is, well, because that's where we want to go. The weather's great.
Yeah, gotta get in the blinds because it's overcast.
Stay out of the sunlight. It's bad for your skin.
It's true.
Palm olive?
Good luck.
Lock.
Look,
Nice tonight.
Maybe something will go down tonight.
camp, man, it's a tradition, you know. This land since I was 15. 44 years. The bastards took off. This area, it's just special, you know. You sit in these woods and you think about Grandpa G, you think about my dad, think about Uncle Dave, Uncle Jerry even, Uncle Ricky, you know, on and on and on, different cousins and friends that have hunted here. And you could just feel it, you know, feel it. It's just a crazy time of year that unless you experience it, you experience really the whole essence of what the hunting season is about. And you realize that the kill is really the anticlimactic part of it. It's certainly not to harvest, but everything else around it is what it's about.
So being able to see 4-year-old bucks and hunt 4-year-old bucks is just what I want to see, and I'll pass up a nice 2 or 3-year-old buck and hope that he makes it, through the season, which is not likely with a lot of the hunters that we have around here. But some of them do make it. Some of the nice bucks that we passed up last year, they made it, and it's fun watching them this year, and gives us a couple more opportunities at mature bucks to now hunt because we let them go. So I just want to keep seeing it improving. I love the process, and eventually, when we get a good 4-year-old base and a couple of these 4-year-olds make it just because they're getting smart, now you're jumping up to a 5-year-old age class, and it starts to get really good.
I've opted for the new blind over the trailer plot for this afternoon. It looks nice. All the bucks have been here a time or two, so they know how to get here. That's a good thing. The camera's on a tree 30 yards from here that they hit. Swoops in his fling were in eyesight. I wasn't here, but in eyesight of this blind last night up on the hill. Who knows, maybe they started down here. But they're somewhere close. Shoot. In this blind in the Ponderosa, y'all are probably like, dude, you've hunted there enough. And while I agree with you to an extent, I know that Gump is in here somewhere. That's why I went on a mission to hang a stand earlier, which was a failed mission, but that's okay. That's alright, you have that sometimes. Lucky enough to be able to get out and get back in the woods in a timely manner and have a heck of a good spot to sit in for the evening. So I know this plot hasn't been necessarily as active as it was earlier on in the season, but I think, I know all that it's going to take is one hot doe to come out here, or just some does to be in the field, and one of these shooter bucks to be off their doe and looking for another one, and they're gonna come here to look. So as much as I wish I was in a tree tonight, I'm not mad about being here, that's for sure. I know that I'm right back in the middle of the game, and Dino's in the Flemish Cap, Uncle Jay's in the trailer plot, my dad is going either to the dugout or behind the house, and we gotta control what we can control. Can't make the deer move, can't make the weather change to the certain way that you want it. It is warm, but that is what it is too, and you just gotta be in the woods and hunt this time of year. That's my feeling, and that's my opinion. So that's what we gonna be doing. Looking forward to this evening's hunt. We're in early, we're ready to roll. Bo's shooting like a champ, and we just need the right one to step out into this plot, and God willing, he'll give us a shot.
That'd be all right, real nice. We're all about.
No
taking
cheers?
her out. Just you. Oh, give me a hand.
So nice.
We drink it twice.
We drank it twice.
We've had.
I think that elk would have been fine if it was cut right.
Yeah, it's
Cut right.
he just gave us.
All right.
He gave us a ship.
If it was
piece
cooked
of
and
elk.
eaten 18 months.
Yeah. He did. He gave us a ship piece of elk.
Oh shit.
What? Got the elk in there?
That's some red ass meat.
This one's for company that we're not expecting.
That one's for Malin.